Hi guys, it's Erin with Hand Stamped Style, and I wanted to show you today how to make this cute little snowman. And the best part about him, aside from the fact that he's super easy to make, is that he holds snowman soup, little treats in the back. He's a little pouch. So I'm going to show you how to make him. Super, super easy. Some of the supplies that you're going to need is the wide oval punch. I don't know if you can see it better that way. The wide oval punch, the 1/2 inch circle punch, the 3/4 inch circle punch, a white gel pen, black marker, aqua painter, some glue and adhesive, cardstock obviously for the project, an envelope. I just used a regular A2 size envelope. And of course, you're going to need some treats to put inside of them. So you'll need a packet of hot cocoa and a candy cane, sometimes 2 or 3, and a little bag of, you can either do just marshmallows or you can put little chocolates in it like I do. And these are just the small cello bags from Stampin' Up! And a little bit of baker's twine to tie it together. Okay, so, oh, and you'll need some dimensionals too. So let's go ahead and get started. Before I actually start on my project, I like to do one thing. You'll actually use staples in this project. I know they're not that easy to see, and that's good because you don't really want to see them. So one thing you're going to want to do before you get started is to color your staples. So I take my Stays On pad, my black, jet black Stays On pad, and I just basically color my ink pad, my staples. I guess the camera's trying to focus on my hands because they're moving, so I won't move them as much because I'm sure it's going to make you sick. I don't know if you can see how they're turning black. Can you see the difference in the color? And then you'll do the sides as well. So you'll ink up the sides and you'll set those aside to dry. Okay, so that's that. Now, to start on our actual project, we're actually going to take our envelope, and this is a cool trick, especially when you do your Christmas cards. You guys are going to love this. You're going to take your aqua painter, and you're going to seal, get your little glue strip wet. You're going to seal your envelope, okay? And then you're going to take your paper cutter, and you're actually going to cut off the top of your envelope so that it makes a pouch. Okay? The next thing you're going to do is you're going to cut a strip of black cardstock. This measures, let me look here, 11 by 1. So it is 11 by 1. It is scored at 5.5. And you're just going to fold it like that. Okay? And you're going to put a little adhesive on, let me think, the front of this. I'm doing this upside down for you guys, so I'm trying to think. Actually, it goes this way. So I want to do it on the front flap, which is going to be this flap right here. And I put it along the bottom, just like that, and leave that open for just a second. Then you're going to have another piece of black cardstock, and this measures, let's see, 2 by 3 3/4. And you are going to want to, this is backwards, so, and I'm doing it upside down backwards. It actually needs to go like this. Okay, and you'll put it on just like that. Okay, and you'll stick that down. And that will close to be his hat. Okay. The next, what you want to do is figure out where your opening is to your pouch, and you want to do it so that the line is in the back, and we are going to stick it right, center it to the square black piece. And instead of using snail, I like to use Tombow glue because, oops, you don't spray it everywhere like I just did. It just stays a lot better. Clean that up, okay? My paper's gonna be all sticky. And then you're going to lay this down. And remember to center the envelope right over the black square. Okay? Then you're going to run a little bit along the back, and I do some on the sides too. And you're going to close your flap. Okay? And now you've got an opening for your snowman's head. Okay? And you'll notice it's a little longer on one side. You can go back and trim that off later. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make his face that square shape. What I did is, and I like to flip it over and do this, is, let me make sure I've got that centered for you guys. I took a bone folder and I measured up about, let me get it on here, 1 inch, and I held it here, just like that. I'm going to try and get my fingers out of the way for you. And then I just make the top flat with this line, parallel with that line. And then you just fold it with your bone folder and it'll stay for you. Do the same thing to the other side. Hopefully you can see this. My fingers aren't in the way too much. See how I made that flat? Not flat, parallel. That's the word I'm looking for. And then you score it down. Then you take a little adhesive, boop, and boop, and then you hold it down. And that's okay if it's not like seriously down, because you're going to put something on top of it in just a minute to hold it down really well. All right, so then what we're going to do is we're actually going to take our stapler and, sorry if you can't see this very well, and we're going to staple our sides together so they don't pry open once we stick our goodies inside, okay? And then it'll kind of help it to dry a little bit more while it's put together. You see how his little face looks, it's shaped well? All right, so then what you're going to want to do is take your 3/4 inch circle punch and punch out 2 eyeballs. And what I do to kind of make his eyeballs come to life is I take the white gel pen, and I have to shake it a little bit, and just make little shadow areas, shadow marks. And then we're going to attach those down. I'm doing this upside down, so normally I would just throw these on, but I kind of have to look at how, there we go. Make sure I'm positioning these right on his face. And if his eyes are not quite centered on his face, you'll have to forgive me, because again, I'm doing this upside down. Hopefully, oops. Hopefully those are centered. They look all right. Okay, and then I took the black marker, and to give him kind of those, what, kind of eyebrows, I just make that one a little longer. Here we go. Now, for his nose, I took just a strip. This is a 2-inch strip of pumpkin pie cardstock, and I forgot to grab my scissors. I just took my paper snips and cut a triangle, and I didn't want it to really be perfectly, like a perfect triangle. I liked it being a little off. And then I took some, let me see, how did I want that on there? Yeah. And then I took some dimensionals, put those on the back. Actually, I might need to use a side of it. This is great to use the sides of your dimensionals because they're nice and thin. I'll put that down. Oops. Just like that. We'll take the paper off. And then we will stick his nose on just like that. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you how to do the holly leaves and the berries. So I start out with 2 wide oval punch shapes, and one thing I forgot to mention at the beginning is you're going to actually need your 1-inch circle punch as well. And what you're going to do is I start in the middle and I punch. And I usually do 2 of these at a time. You're going to punch out your sides. Okay, so you've got a shape that looks like that. And then you're going to take and do the top part. Okay, so now it looks like that. And we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. And there we go. And that gives us a holly leaf. Okay, 2 of them actually. All right, so we're going to attach that on, and then you take your 1/2-inch circle punch and some cherry cobbler cardstock and punch out 3 little berries. Because I really want these to stick, again, I'm going to use my Tombow glue, and I'm just going to make kind of a little pile here, and the first thing I'm going to do is put my leaves down. Okay. Just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to put the ink on the back of my berries so that I can put them on top of the leaves and they'll stick. Okay, and I've got this one, and then this one, and I'm going to lay it right there. Okay. And there's the top of the hat. Now, in order to do the mouth, I kind of have to turn him around because you have to be able to draw the wonky face, and I can't do that upside down. So I'm going to turn it. Let me see if I can do it from the side for you guys. And what I'm going to do, you can kind of do this however you like, but you just go like that. And I think the crazier the face is, the better, the cuter he is. Okay, and then we're going to slide our goodies in the back. Oh, but first we're going to attach our little poem. And it says, "Here's a little snowman soup, complete with stirring stick. Just add hot water, sip it slow, it's sure to do the trick." And I printed these out on my digital studio. And let's see, it's a 3x3 scallop, and then the poem's inside. And I'm just going to set it just like this to kind of hold down the ends there. And what I did is I just took, again, some of the Tombow glue, because it kind of sticks better as far as when there's tension. And I'm going to attach it down here. Try not to get it on my fingers. And I just kind of hold it for a second. It really doesn't take that long for this stuff to dry. Okay. And then that's good to go. All right, then we're going to fill our pouch, open it and give it some space. And the first thing I'm going to do is put in my, let me flip this over, put in my hot cocoa. There we go. And then I'm going to put in my little bag of marshmallows and my candy cane. And you are set. And there you go. Easy as that. Hope you enjoyed that today. And if you have any other questions or you want to see more projects, definitely head over to my blog, www.handstampedstyle.com. Thanks so much.